Communication has never been a keyword associated with Pisces, not because you're bad at it, but perhaps because you're too good. Living in a dream world makes for quite the poetic and abstract communicator. You tend to speak in between the lines, and those not accustomed to it are usually not compatible with you, anyways. That is an excellent technique to sift for people that will become relevant to your life story. Yet, this blessing can turn into a challenge when Mercury goes retrograde. This month, this is precisely what happens. The Mercury retrograde is happening in your 4th house. This creates a mental fog and a sense of lack of direction. You may be prone to losing things during the retrograde, so be mindful of where you leave your phone and wallet and always double check if you've got your keys on you. I'm sure you don't want to end up being locked out of your own home. Speaking of home, you could also be feeling a little nostalgic longing for the good old days of childhood. While it's good to go down memory lane, be careful not to dwell on it too much. Nostalgia as an escape route from the present can become intoxicating over time. It's time to make new memories. Escapism becomes a big theme this month if you start to avoid your responsibilities. Saturn will be transiting retrograde in your 12th house, which speaks on the hidden side of ourselves. Be careful not to try and be secretive around this time. Especially with the Mercury retrograde, they could be revealed by accident. If you are mad at somebody and don't want them to know, your face will give it all away. Generally, I'd stay away from arguments during a Mercury retrograde, but if you have anything that needs to be said, let it out before it comes out on its own. Watch out for antagonizing people. If you tend to take things too personally, right now, this could prove to be even harder to work around. Take as long as you need to come to terms with your more unpleasant emotions, but don't bottle them up. Uranus will be squaring Saturn for most of the month, adding more wood to this dramatic fire. The planet will be transiting through your house of communication, and it could give a very erratic pattern to the way you assert yourself. Feelings of frustration may come up. It would be wise to ask for a trusted companion's opinion before starting any arguments. What you need this month is a mediator. Anyone who tests your patience will get the bad end of it. Cooperation is vital here. If you end up feeling hot-headed, go for a walk and do something you enjoy. As a water sign, Pisces could benefit from going into a sensory deprivation tank or deep hypnotic state to purge all your bad vibes. If you haven't been feeling like yourself lately, give yourself the time to find the way back home. The new moon on the 10th will chill things out a little. With the sun going conjunct with Mercury, some of the retrograde's nastier effects will be nullified. That being said, this would be the perfect day to settle any fights or disagreements if necessary. Gemini is all about contradictions, and the new moon happening in the sign will synthesize both sides of the story to achieve the one truth. This lunation is coming to help us all find a middle ground amongst one another. In a world where we increasingly have become more and more distrustful of one another, we have to collectively learn how to accept our differences. Even if you think you are the right one in the dispute, give the opposition a voice to speak. The message of this new moon is to allow for opposites to make up a whole again. So far, this forecast has sounded more like an episode of Dr. Phil than astrology, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. The Capricorn full moon on the 24th brings solidity to the otherwise tumultuous Gemini season. As we go into Cancer, we get ready to reconnect ourselves to our nurturing side. This full moon happens in your 11th house of friends to mitigate all of the discord from earlier in the month. Especially since we will be at the dawn of Cancer season, you will find yourself much more connected to your tribe. This will likely be a result of an argument. Life is strange like that sometimes. But it is the relationships that survive the more challenging times that are the ones worth keeping. It's time to celebrate and be thankful for the support you get, even if at times it may feel like you'd rather be alone. Thank you so much for watching. Please give us a thumb up if you liked the video. Subscribe our YouTube channel not to miss the next video horoscope. Visit our website GoToHoroscope.com where you can find actual horoscope for today. Download our apps from Google Play and App Store to have your daily horoscope always on hand.